TN43, that's how they call it, from the Nilgiris or Hattikusu, village boy. I'm a numbers guy now. I deal with a lot of numbers. As far as music is concerned, yeah, so being a tribal community boy, the rhythm is always there in our soul. And that vibe sort of helps us a lot. So the music journey started at a very young age. Almost every Hilltown boy or girl is associated with music. There's a lot of music going around in our community. So almost everybody plays the tambata, the harmonia petti, the bandisetto. So I think percussion has a lot of influence in our community. Almost everybody can play. And singing, I think at least get the pitch right types. Most of the people around can sing really well. So there's a lot of music, a lot of festivals, and every function there's a lot of music associated with our lives. And at home, at a very early age, I think parents and elders listen to a lot of MSV, Ilayaraja, Mohammed Rafi, Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar. So those had a lot of grounded influence. But when it actually hit was probably late school and early college days, when rock hit me very hard. So there's a lot of Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Eagles, Deep Purple, Dire Straits, Led Zepp, Def Leppard. So the list goes on. So a lot of rock influence. And moving forward, grunge also had a lot of influence on me. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Radiohead and the likes. I just remember one of them, like Bowie's Man Who Sold the World, a rendition by Nirvana. Such a simple song but so powerful, right? So that also sort of hit me very, very hard. Yeah, but all-time hit, I would probably say Pink Floyd. So I was very lucky to listen to Gilmour live also a couple of years back. It's like a dream come true. So Dark Side of the Moon is probably the best album ever. And I mean, look at the duration of the songs, right? It still keeps you so into the music. So Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, I would rate it the best. Indie artist of late, I think Parvaz has had a great influence on me. I like their vibes. It really helps me think hard as far as music is concerned. But over these years I've done a lot of traveling, both work and studies. So I've moved across. So folk has had a good influence. Then Chennai, a good stint in Chennai with a lot of friends deeply involved in Carnatic music, has also had a good influence. So yeah, that's my music journey. Back in college days, we had a rock band, the typical college rock band. It was myself, Subbu, Praveen, Pikato and Bharat. We were a 5-piece band playing all the hard rock stuff. We've done a couple of gigs in Coimbatore, and yeah, we were called Venom and the Cure. So yeah, crazy name. So yeah, that was probably the best times because I played the drums, did backup vocals for most of the songs, and jump into rhythm guitar whenever it was required. And yeah, also done some basic vocals as well. So yeah, so if you can call that professional, yes, we've had a rock band. Yeah, basically I had a lot of rhythm and tunes going on in my mind. I just opened my voice memo on the phone and started recording most of them, but somehow didn't find the time and energy to patch it all together. So now with a lot of good friends in the industry and a lot of motivation from those friends, I think it's finally working well. And this is like been in the bucket list for a really, really long time. and it's been year after year as a New Year resolution, but somehow it didn't happen at all. So I always pick up the guitar and hum a few songs, but never professionally wanted to patch it up into a full-fledged song and an EP, but I think this is the right time. It's worked out really well for me, emotionally as well. Having come down here and stayed in the hills for a while and wanting to do and create music, I was wondering what language would suit the best. And the largest influence is Prem Gopal, my little brother, who is obviously not little anymore. Well-educated, commercial pilot, traveling the world, but he's so grounded to create music in Badga. So when I intended to do music, and specifically Badga music, I draw influence from him, right? I'm sure he's appreciative of all music as much as me, but he moved away from the regular template music to getting into new vibes, and I just caught on with him. He's a big influence, and it sort of helps pushing our culture into the larger social media, and people ought to know what kind of language or dialect we use, and it actually helps. So there are a lot of relatives and friends who are also emotionally entangled with this number that we are creating now, and I think I'll sustain for Badga for some more time and see how it works with other languages. But yeah, that's probably my answer. Prem Gopal. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, so I've got an amazing team. To start off with, vocalist Harshi, my niece, little angel. So there's a music video of us performing like 15 years back, 10 years back, which I pulled it out of YouTube recently. So she's been singing for a really long time. She's got a good texture in her voice, and we just keep jamming quite often. So the moment I thought about a female singer, she's probably the first person who came to my mind. She comes from a family of good singers. That is my sister's side. All of them sing really well, but Harshi's texture is really good. She's very adaptive, and when it comes to Badga music, she knows exactly what I want. So Harshi's great. From the visual team, we are a big family. Anu drives us a lot. Anusha Vastev and my sister. So she keeps giving us a lot of ideas from the visual perspective. Trishala is one amazing talent. Her illustrations are so beautiful. It adds a lot of value to the song. I would say, I think 90% of our push to good music starts from her amazing illustrations. Very, very creative. And her storyboarding is unbelievable. I think when you start writing the song, we start our discussion, and she's got like 100 ideas pouring into her mind. She keeps sending so many sketches, so it's great. Sharan and Vicky, the animation guys, Sharan especially is an animation expert. So he comes out with a million ideas evolving around the central idea. So that helps a lot as well. And the producers, I mean, you would not believe it. So Ondumatu was done by Kislai. Kislai is right now in Calcutta. We are all in Nilgiris. And so we keep talking to each other. And it's amazing how these producers sort of understand the composition so really well. And after so much of practice, they literally know the meaning of the entire Badga verse. He says like, Buttu, Kadadoriya, that Buttu was not very prominent. Why don't you do it again and stuff like that, right? So they know the meaning so really well, and they get involved a lot. And I owe it a lot to Kislai. He's a very patient guy, very, very patient guy. I asked him for a million takes. He goes on and on, mixing some bits better than what they were earlier. And it's an iterative process, just keeps continuing. And Saurabh, who's done the lullaby, he's an amazing talent. He's multi-talented. He's got like a whole lot of instruments in his house, and he can play everything. And very good producer. His production was unbelievable. The kind of reverb and emotion he brought into a lullaby, to a Badga lullaby. And by the way, Saurabh he lives in Chennai, but he's basically from Dehradun. And we sort of linked very well, right? And I can probably give you an example. So there's one piece between the lullaby tones when Jojolali was being performed, and I said, can you give me some tabla? He said, okay, why don't I work around with tabla, then kanjira, then both. So he gave me so much of inputs into the song, which really, really helped. And his key progressions are amazing. And he understands the composition really well, so he grasps it a lot. And I think he knows Badga really well as much as we do now. So both of them, I owe it a lot to Kisla and Saurabh Joshi. So they are amazing talents. And I want to keep working with them a lot on my forthcoming songs. It's going to be there. Our relationship is going to sustain for a longer period of time. And another visual appeal is this famous guy who's shooting it right now. So Sai Abhishek, a very patient guy. He keeps going on and on with multiple takes, and the depth he's given to the first song. In fact, I was never shot in my life like that, not even on my wedding. So you know, I've got so much of appreciation for at least how I looked and how it emoted during the song. So he's captured the emotion really well. Lovely brother. So this is my team. I think we'll intend to keep working for a really, really long time. Yeah. My intention to collaborate further with a lot of other people within the community, and I moved to Gayatri, who's been a veteran in the scene. I think she's been singing for almost 10 good years, ever since she was in school or college. She's an amazing singer. She's collaborated with multiple other artists, and I fondly remember singing with her mother at multiple places. So she's also my distant niece, and I'm really happy I've onboarded her, and she's agreed to do this for us. So this is really amazing. So music heals. It's got an amazing healing power, and I've realized that over these years. And just by listening, if it heals a lot, just imagine the amount of power it will have when you create music. So that's what I'm trying to do with what I have done. It's like exchanging trust, right? So you trust people that they might like your music, and in turn, when you get the number of likes and the views and the phone calls that they've really enjoyed it, the exchange of trust actually helps. So that's what music has always given me, and it will continue for ages. And I hope that I can still deliver good music, and the exchange of trust and emotions will continue to flow.
Fly, 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 fly.
Really good.